Hi everyone, welcome to our first flipped classroom lesson. It is now officially the fourth 9 weeks, and we are going to just kind of do a little review of some stuff that you should have learned in middle school. So we're starting our statistics unit today. Please make sure as we're going through this that you have the worksheet that your teacher gave you after your test today, and then a pencil, probably a calculator as we work through this, okay? So let's get started. So again, we're looking at statistics. We're really just starting today with mean, median, and mode, okay? So things that you have heard, just kind of a reminder of what all of this means. So we're going to start with a little example. Bob and Susie are arguing over who tweets the most on Twitter. They recorded the number of tweets they posted each day last week. Bob's data is shown in the table below. So this is all of Bob's tweets here. On Sunday, he tweeted 13 times, then 6, 7, 5, 6, 24 on Friday, geez, and 16 on Saturday. So we're going to talk through right now how to find the mean, median, and mode of Bob's tweets here. Okay, so the mean, which a little symbol that might be new is this X with a bar over it. Okay, so X bar means the mean. Okay, the mean or average is what you hear it referred to often, is the sum of data values divided by the total number of data values. So the sum divided by the total number. So you add them all up and divide by the number of numbers. So let's find the mean of Bob's tweets. So as we work through this, you need to be writing all of this down also because your teacher is going to check your work tomorrow. So we have 13 plus 6 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 24 plus 16. And the average means we add them all up and we divide by the total number of numbers. So here, that's a whole week, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's 7 days. So we're going to add them up and divide by 7. So I added them up, and I believe I get 77 tweets the whole week. Hopefully I typed that in right. And then we're going to divide by 7. 77 divided by 7 is 11. So the mean of Bob's tweets from last week was 11. So what that means is on average, Bob tweeted 11 times every day. Okay, so now let's talk about what it means in context. I guess I just kind of said that. The average number of tweets Bob posted last week was 11. So on average, he posted 11 tweets each day. Right, and remember, if I'm going too fast at any point in time in this video, you can pause it or rewind, whatever you need to do. Okay, the median is the middle value when the data values are written in numerical order. Okay, so this is important here. Written in numerical order. So write them in order from smallest to largest, and then you can find the middle value. Okay, the middle value will change depending on how many numbers there are. If it is an even number of data values, the median is going to be the average of the two middle values. So we'll see some examples of things like that too. So we have to find the median. Well, I can't just come up here and say, okay, so here, 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 oh, 5's the middle. That is not the case because we have not put them in numerical order yet. So let's do that now. The smallest number is 5. And one thing, as we're writing these down, sometimes it's good to cross them off as you go so you don't lose track of where you are. So 6, 6, 13, 16, and 24. Okay, and there are 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, did I miss one? I didn't put the 7. Silly Miss Sheets. Okay, there we go. So that's why I count and double check, right? So here we go. We have 7 numbers. We want to find the median. So a lot of times you'll see people kind of cross off. Okay, we'll cross off the first and the last, and then we'll kind of the second numbers in, the third numbers, and then there's one lonely number right here. So that is the middle value or the median. So if you can tell, here's the middle. There are 3 over here, and there are 3 over there. So 7 is right in the middle. Okay, and what does this mean in context? The middle number of Bob's tweets from last week was 7. Okay, so when we put them in order from least to greatest, 7 was the middle number. All right, and now the mode is the data value that occurs most frequently, okay? Which one happens the most often, okay? If there are 2 values that tie for being the most frequent, the data set has 2 modes and is called bimodal. So it is possible to have more than one mode, okay? But it's the one that occurs the most often. Oops, sorry, bimodal. So let's find the mode of Bob's tweets. Well, I can just look at the data we wrote up here. 5 only occurs once. Now here we go. 6 occurs twice, but let's make sure. 7 only occurs once, once. So since 6 occurs the most, 6 is your mode. Okay, and what does that mean in context? It's the number of tweets Bob posted most frequently. So the number of tweets Bob posted most frequently was 6 tweets. So this is just a general overview of what mean, median, and mode mean. All right, so these 3 things, the mean, the median, and the mode, are what we call your measures of central tendency. Okay, these measures of central tendency help describe the center of the set of data. So there's 3 types of center: the mean or average, the median or the middle number, and the mode, the one that occurs the most. Okay, so if we think back to Bob's tweets, if he wanted to prove to Susie that he tweeted the most, should he use the mean, the median, or the mode? Okay, well, the mean was the one that was the highest, right? Because on average he had 11 tweets. So if he's going to prove to Susie that he is the best tweeter, then he's going to use the mean because that was the highest value of all 3 measures of central tendency. All right, let's try a few more examples. So find the mean, median, and mode of the following data set. So the weights in pounds of 5 cats are 12, 14, 12, 16, and 16 pounds. So let's find the mean. I'm going to add all of these up. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 cats. I'm going to divide by 5. So right now, add all of these up. 14. So when I add them up, I get 70, and then I'm going to divide by 5, which gives me 14. So on average, these cats weigh 14 pounds. And once you do this, look and make sure, does that make sense? Is 14 kind of in the, a good average of all those numbers? And yeah, it makes sense to me. All right, now let's find the median. Now before we pick the middle number, we have to put them in order. So I have a 12, I have another 12, I have a 14 and a 16 and a 16. Okay, well this one seems pretty simple enough. Cross out these and then we go to these, and then 14 is the middle number. So the median is also 14 pounds. So the mean and the median ended up being the same thing here. Now the mode, remember the mode is the one that occurs the most. Well, there are 12 twos, aren't there? I mean, sorry, 2 12s. And then there are also 2 16s. And the 14 only occurs once. So this one has 2 modes, or what we called bimodal, and they are 12 pounds and 16 pounds. So those are your 2 modes. All right, let's just try another simple mean, median, and mode problem. The number of touchdowns scored in the past 8 football games are 2, 6, 2, 1, 3, 9, 0, and 5. So let's find the mean. We're going to add all of them up. And divide by, it says past 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, good, past 8. So we have 2 plus 6, so I'm going to add all these up in the calculator. So I get 28 divided by 8 is 3.5. So the average of the number of touchdowns scored in the past 8 games is 3.5 touchdowns. All right, let's put them in order from least to greatest to find the median. Now this 0 still counts as a data point, doesn't it? It's the smallest, then we have a 1. Looks like we have 2 2s, 3, 5, 6, and 9. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8 points. So let's find the median, the middle number. So I'm going to cross off these two, then these, then these. Now, this time we have 2 data points in the middle. There is not an exact middle number because there is an even number of data values. So we had to figure out the mean of these 2 numbers. I want to know what is the average of these 2 middle numbers. So 2 plus 3 divided by 2, that's how I find the average, right? Add them together, divide by the number of numbers. 5 over 2, which is 2.5, which a lot of you might have realized, wait a second, I know the number between 2 and 3, that's 2.5, right? So we had to find the median. And in this case, since there was an even number of data values, we had to take the average of the middle 2 data values to get 2.5 touchdowns. And then the one that occurs the most, the mode, the only thing that occurs more than once here is 2. So 2 is our mode. All right, a few practice problems, and then y'all are going to try some on your own. So 1, for a school charity event, Ms. Cheng's class collected cash donations. 15 students collected $25, 3 students collected $75, and the other 4 students collected $37, $42, $51, and $40 respectively. Find the mean, median, mode. Well, 15 students collected $25. That would be 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25, 15 times, right? Another way we can do that is $25 times 15 people, right? And then we had 3 students collected 75, so $70 times 3 people, and then 37 and 42 and 51 and 40. Okay, we have all that money here. Now let's figure out how many students are we going to divide by. Well, 15 students collected this much amount, 3 students collected this, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 more students here. So that's 7 plus 15, that's 22 students. So we're going to divide by 22. So let's see, let me add all this together. 25 times 15 plus 75 times 3 plus 37 plus 42 plus 51 plus 40. So I get 770 divided by 22. And I get 35. So on average, these 22 students collected $35. Okay, now think about this. The median is the middle number. Well, is $25 the smallest amount that someone donated? Now, 15 people donated, but it's the smallest amount. So think about this. There are only 22 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So if I had 22 people, the first 15 of them, if I'm putting them in order from least to greatest, collected $25. That's 1, 2, so 1, we're starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. These 15 people all collected $25 each. Well, guess what? Half of 22 is 11, so that means is your, probably around there somewhere, is the median going to be in this section of 25? It is, right? Because there's a lot of people who collected $25. So that is your median. And since, again, $25 occurred 15 times, that's also going to be your mode. Okay? All right, now let's look at number 2. Gabrielle knew she had an 88 average in her biology class, but she lost one of her papers. The 3 papers she could find had scores of 98, 84, and a 90. What was the score of her 4th paper? So, here we go. Think about how we would write the average. Well, we have 4 tests, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these test grades, paper grades are 98, an 84, a 90, and we don't know the 4th paper, do we? We're going to label that X. We're going to add this up. That's a total of 4 papers. We're going to divide by 4, and we're going to set it equal to the average we want, or the average we have. She has an 88 average, so I know when I average all these grades up, I get an 88. So let's add these together. 98 plus 84 plus 90, okay? That is 272. Now don't forget this plus X divided by 4 equals 88. So now we just have to solve this how we would solve a regular linear equation. We want to get rid of this dividing by 4. Well, the inverse of dividing by 4 is multiplying both sides by 4. Well, you know 4 divided by 4 is 1. So the only thing left on the left side is 272 plus X, right? And then you have to multiply 88 times 4, because whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. You get 352, and then subtract 272 from both sides. X equals 352 minus 272, and you get an 80. Okay, and the question was asking what was the score in her 4th paper? Well, the score in her 4th paper was an 80. And if you wanted to check your work, you can go back and you can plug in 80 for this, divide by 4, and see if it gives you an 88. 98 plus 84 plus 90 plus 80 divided by 4, guess what it gave me? An 88. Okay, so that's an easy way to check your answer. Okay, now number 3, find the mode for the data set. So let's say the scenario here is there was a bunch of us in a classroom, and I asked each of y'all what your favorite color is. 4 of you said blue, 5 of you said red, 8 said green, 1 said pink, and 3 said yellow. So these are your frequencies down here, the number of time something occurred. Now be careful here. This is categorical data, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to ask you what your mode is. Think about the thing that occurred the most. If you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at the wrong thing. If you're trying to order the numbers, you're looking at the wrong thing. Think about the categories. So 4 people chose blue. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red, 8 green, 1 pink, and 3 yellow. Which one occurred the most? Is it the green? So green is your mode here. Okay, so that one was a little tricky. All right, what you're going to do, there's just 2 problems at the bottom that I want you to try yourself. You need to bring this whole sheet completed, including these bottom 2 problems, to class tomorrow, which is Wednesday, March 16th. Complete all of those and have it done. And I hope this has been helpful in a nice little review of mean, median, and mode. Have a good day.